morning. Good morning. If I can get your attention, we're going to start our program this morning. My name is Laura Ring. I'm the president of the Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce, and I'd like to welcome all of you here this morning to our State Senate for District 6 Candidates Forum. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our moderator for this morning's program, who's going to explain the format, and that's Jerry Gilbert from Spence & Matthews. Jerry?
Thank you, Laura. Welcome, everyone. I'll just take a moment to explain the format for today's debate. Each candidate will have 2 minutes for opening remarks. A media panel will then ask the candidates questions regarding various topics. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to respond to the questions. A 1-minute warning sign will be held up to alert each candidate that their time is nearly up. A sheet that says time will then be held up when the time is up. Candidates should conclude their remarks immediately upon the time elapsing. Questions will also be taken from the audience. This can be done by turning in questions to designated chamber representatives or placing them in the basket at the back of the room. There are 3x5 index cards at your tables and in the back of the room for you to use to write down your questions. Please be sure to indicate to whom the questions should be addressed. At the conclusion of the debate, each candidate will have 5 minutes for closing remarks. The order of the opening and closing remarks was determined by a drawing of straws a few moments ago. I'd now like to introduce our media panel. To my immediate left, Mr. John Nolan from the Rochester Times. Mr. John Rodenhouse from Metrocast Cablevision. And Mr. Gene Valley from WMEX radio station here in Rochester. Unless there are any questions, we'll begin. The Democratic candidate for the District 6 Senate seat is Jacqueline Cilley. Representative Jacqueline Cilley is a New Hampshire native of a working-class family from Berlin. She and her husband Bruce have resided in Barrington for 17 years. They have 5 sons, 4 wonderful daughters-in-law, and 11 grandchildren. For 20 years, Representative Cilley served on the faculty of the Whittemore School of Business and Economics until the time of her election to the New Hampshire legislature in 2004. She's also operated her own business, Cilley & Associates, a locally based marketing research consulting firm. For the past 15 years, she has been a partner to her husband in Horseshoes Plus of Barrington, a horseshoeing supply company. In the first year as state legislator, Jackie continued to teach and serve. By spring of 2005, after recognizing that she could no longer dedicate herself fully to both of these demanding pursuits, she made the difficult decision to step away from teaching. During her tenure in the legislature, Representative Cilley has served on the Resource, Recreation, and Development Committee, on which she worked on such issues as groundwater protection, surface water issues such as eradication of exotic weeds in our lakes, and issues related to the management of our state recreational facilities. Please welcome Representative Cilley. The Republican.
Sign when you're dropping things.
Yes, I'll introduce both. The Republican candidate for the District 6 Senate seat is James McLin. Mayor McLin is a lifelong resident of Somersworth. He and his wife Joyce have 3 children and 5 grandchildren. Jim has actively served in his community for many years. He served as mayor of Somersworth for 18 years and deputy mayor for 4 years. During his tenure as mayor, Jim accomplished many positive developments in Somersworth, including becoming a Main Street community, a new state-of-the-art city hall, economic development initiatives that brought many new businesses to Somersworth, major renovations to the high school, and a new SAU and public works facility. Per the charter, he also served for 18 years as a member of the Somersworth School Board. In addition to his role as mayor, Jim has served as Commissioner of Somersworth Housing Authority for 8 years, Cemetery Trustee for 8 years. He's a past commander and life member of the Sons of American Legion, past president of Fraternal Order of Eagles, and Dover Lodge of Elks, to name a few. Jim has received a number of recognitions based on his commitment to his community, including Outstanding Leader of Small Cities in Washington, D.C. in 1999, being named a Paul Harris Fellow of Somersworth Rotary Club, and the Somersworth High School gym was recently named after him. Partnering with his wife, Jim is also a business owner in Somersworth. They own Great Falls Cleaners, which was named Business of the Year in 2005. Please welcome Mayor McLin. As I mentioned a moment ago, the opening and closing remarks were determined by drawing straws, and our first opening statement will be from Representative Cilley. Representative Cilley?
First, I'd like to thank the Chamber for sponsoring this debate, or this event, and Waste Management for assisting in that. I'd like to thank the panelists for taking time out of their busy days to ask questions and to work on this event. I am running for the New Hampshire State Senate because I believe that I have the leadership, the vision, and the passion that this district needs. New Hampshire is currently at a crossroads between its past and its future, and we face many serious challenges. And I'd like to give you an idea, just a few of those challenges this morning. Our businesses are facing challenges. They're faced with high energy costs, high healthcare coverage costs, lack of affordable housing or workforce housing. They also face the issues of a reducing or a decreasing pool of qualified workers. Our environment lacks many of the protections that it should have. Our citizens face the inadequate supply of housing. 37% of our citizens can afford the housing that's currently on the market at the median income. These challenges require serious leadership, and I believe that what I bring to the table for District 6 is that type of leadership and that type of vision, and I am asking for your support on November 7th. Thank you.